guys, are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, here it comes, guys.
Thank you. Timothy Schmidt.
You know, the Beach Boys, like, when I was in high school, if you'd have told me that I would even be in the same room with one of those guys, I would have, like, you know, fainted.
I think I owe my whole musical success to Brian Wilson. I think it's wonderful that a guy that brilliant still wants to make albums. A lot of guys make so much money they go and sit on top of the mountain and watch the surf, you know, but Brian's still out there chasing it, which I think is pretty healthy. Let's do one more time for me. It's the first time I sung the bridge low in 57 years. Let's do the bridge again, all the way to the end. 3, 4. Do my dreaming and my scheming lie awake and pray. Do my crying and my sighing laugh at yesterday.
I remember sitting in my room, listening to In My Room, one of the very first songs I really studied, and just not just the music, but the lyric too, capturing, you know, the feeling of being sort of a young teenage boy and that place of solace that you could escape to.
In this world I walk out all my worries and my fears in my room. In my room, in my room. There's a world where I can go and tell my secrets to. In my room, in my room, in my room. In this world I lock out all my worries and my fears in my room, in my room, in my room. Do my dreaming and my scheming, lie awake and pray. Do my crying and my sighing, laugh at yesterday. Now it's dark and I'm alone, but I won't be afraid in my room, 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 in my room.
Brian Wilson is just one of those classical genius Rachmaninoff, Tchaikovsky kind of characters that expressed his art through the art of his time, or through the media of his time, which is pop.
It was the most fun period I think that I've ever been through as a musician, because I felt like I was in on the creative end of some really lasting stuff, you know.
When I think of Brian Wilson, I have to think of Mozart. You know, it's to me, it's that caliber of genius.
He really revolutionized the recording of popular music.
As a writer, producer, artist, he's it.
I have been so moved by your music.
We've used his story and his struggle in our music, and we aspire to his brilliance so much in what we do vocally.
He was one of the first guys to really legitimize rock and roll.
What he did was, incredible.
It was like the birth of a different kind of music.
It was one of those lifetime thrills to spend that time in the studio with somebody as major as Brian.
I've always been, into harmonies, and so I was influenced by that part of their, of what they were doing.
The important thing is that he did it first.
It definitely influenced a generation of kids.
Brian is one of the all-time greatest songwriters in pop music has ever known.
His use of chords and progressions and just his whole harmonic approach is, very, very innovative.
He was a hero, still is.
That's great, Jimmy. Really good. That's
great.
Yeah, that's a great vocal
going out there. Yeah. When I was approached to write with Brian Wilson, are you kidding? Of course I'd do it.
All right, is that cool? Yeah. Relax, okay?
I'm trying.
You're trying. Okay, me too.
The studio is where the magic is created, and that was a pretty magical moment, particularly to have Brian Wilson come to Key West. In the middle of it, I learned the trick, though. 25 years later, I figured out one of the great Beach Boy tricks.
Oh, now I get this trick.
What's that trick?
I'm not telling you. I have a feel people will be singing this song all summer. It's a different planet, it's a different place. He calls it out of this world without traveling to space.
I was in awe of the guy. He's got such a great voice, and he's a cool man, a very cool guy. We walked in there, click, just like that. I'm telling you, that song has merit.
Yes, sir. Number 3.
There was a connection there.
Thank you.
It's a very interesting mix. I wasn't trying to imitate anybody, I was just singing Jimmy Buffett. But I guess I have been so influenced by the Beach Boys. I mean, I am a big, big Beach Boy fan. Big.
Brian Wilson's here tonight, and we're going to debut this song we wrote for Brian's album called South America, and it gives me a great honor and pleasure to introduce to you. Say hello, Cincinnati, to the great Brian Wilson. Hello, Cincinnati.
South American kind of conjures up a very tropical vision to me as a writer, but you still got to find something to hang it on. Well, it's no secret to anybody that Brian Wilson writes hooks like you cannot believe, so you sit there on the hook, and I put it in my car and I drove around the beach. I just sat there and listened to it for days. I didn't even try to attempt to do anything. I did what I do to my stuff. I give it the beach check, the bar check, you know, and I lived with it for a while. And the title they gave me, South American, was already there, and he had that hook in that chorus. It sounded so cool, like old Pet Sound stuff to me, and I just kind of had to laugh. I went, God, I'm going to write a song. And then, you know, I thought, well, what if they don't like it? Oh, God, this is going to really be bad for my ego.
It's a reality check, you know, it's pinch me, I'm dreaming, you know, wow, here he is, this is the guy, you know, and he's a cat, you know, he's a regular guy.
It's when you're in the room with him, it's almost you're oblivious to it being him, because you get down into the work of doing his music, and you watch that evolve, and it just becomes such heartfelt, you know, and you want to give, and you listen and just enjoy it.
Because it's out of this world without traveling.
Very natural, yeah, the way I write music, yeah, it's very natural. It's always been natural, ever since I was 19 years old. When I wrote Surfer Girl, it was all very natural. I do sometimes feel stripped naked to the world, you know, I feel like with Caroline, I felt very naked about that. I Get Around, I felt naked to the world with that one. And just the different ones we did, I felt like I was stripped down naked, and the feminine part of me came out, and the masculine went in the background. You know? I prefer to write by myself, but I do like to collaborate too. But lately, I've liked collaboration more because it's a way to bounce ideas off people and share something, you know. Mike Love is probably my favorite collaborator, and Joe Thomas and Tony Asher too, who was a advertising agent. And we got together and we wrote God Only Knows in 30 minutes. I mean, it was the fastest song I'd ever written. It just came like that. Really good. Roger Christian from Los Angeles, he was on a radio station called KFWB, which is the biggest station in LA. And he goes, why don't you meet me in my parking lot when I get off work at 12? He was a disc jockey from 9 to 12. And so at 12 o'clock one night, he came down to my car in the parking lot, and he showed me some lyrics he'd written. And I'd never written music to lyrics, I've always written lyrics to music. So I tried it, and it was called Little Deuce Coupe, and it worked.
105.9.
Steve Dahl is a very good lyricist too, and that's why I like Steve Dahl, because he can write good lyrics. He's like Roger Christian.
That is really, I mean, it gives me chills when I hear it.
There's a lot of love went into that album.
Just to watch you walk into a room and to hear those voices start coming out and get laid down in those harmonies, I mean, it's amazing. I'll never forget it.
Thank you. In 1964, I wrote a song called Sherry, She Needs Me. Irving Azoff brought in Carol Bayer Sager to revamp the words and do a new set of words. She did a great job, wonderful job.
She says that she needs me, and I guess I need it too. 'Cause I can't help wondering why I feel the way I do. Baby, if you don't stop crying, I just wanna know. But it's too late, and you know there's nothing here for you and Sorry, baby, I just can't stand it. It didn't work out the way we planned it. I don't know whether we're gonna be together. And sorry, baby, it's time we said goodbye. She says that she's sorry, and I guess I'm sorry too. But baby, I'm wondering, when I was lonely, where were you? Baby, if you don't stop crying, I just wanna know. But it's too late, and you know there's nothing here for you and Sorry, baby, I just can't stand it. It didn't work out the way we planned it. I don't know whether we're gonna be together. And sorry, baby, it's time we said goodbye. She says that she loves me, but I'm not sure that's really true. Because if she loved me, I wouldn't feel the way I do. Baby, if you don't stop crying, I just wanna know. But it's too late. It's time we said goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. We appreciate it very much. Well, the making of Imagination was very spontaneous. We mold it. We take the song and we shape it the way we want it. Then when we think it's about ready to record, we'll take it in there and we'll try it out, you know? It's like taking a car for a test run, you know? See how you like it. It's an adventure to go in the studio in the first place. And to be able to sing what you feel is also a great honor. We worked together. We worked together as a team. And we arranged as we went along.
He asked if I would collaborate on the record with him. I thought about it for like 2 seconds and said, sure. It's such an honor to think that you're the one that he would pick to do his first solo record with in 10 years.
Hey, Brian?
Yeah, Joe?
How come I don't have my own camera in here? I think they're going to get more on film.
It'll be out there in a second. I'm so enthused about my new album. I'm going to play a live show here in St. Charles.
So what we're going to do here is Brian's going to send the parts to Timothy Schmidt and to Christopher Cross and Bruce Johnston, who are going to come and do our live show. So you're going to get the original arranger doing all the Beach Boy parts, and I get the low part because those guys all sing better than me.
I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California good.
Aren't you going to answer at the end there?
What?
I wish they all could be California.
All right, I'll do that now.
All right.
Yeah, I did the good.
We're done. Come on in.
We're done.
Good job. All right. All right, Brian.
Good. Thanks,
You know,
Joe.
you sound just like the Beach Boys.
I know. The group is a good group.
The best time to work with Brian is when he's either has a dinner reservation or a plane to catch, because he cranks it up a notch and he just nails everything and gets it done because he doesn't want to be late. So we get an incredible amount of work done on Friday afternoons.
All of you, bye.
It's the Mark and Brian radio program. Brian Wilson is with us. He has a brand new album that is being released today.
Congratulations on this album, man. It's been 10 years since your last one, and we've been playing some of it throughout the morning, and it really sounds great.
Thank you very much. I put all the voices on it myself, all the harmonies. You know.
And you did it in your studio. You have a home studio in Illinois, St. Charles, Illinois. What was that like, working it's sort of on your own time?
Well, very heavenly, relaxed, no pressure, no names to live up to. My wife, Melinda, she said, what if we build a studio in the basement of our new house in Chicago? And I said, fine. So 7 months later, I walked in there, and there was this beautiful studio out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
So we started cutting more songs in the album. We get cranking away, you know, we got it all done.
When you finished the finished product, you're holding it in your hand. No one's heard it yet but you and maybe a few other people. What were your thoughts on it?
I held it up to my heart and I said, please, God, please let people feel my love for them, you know?
Yeah.
Brian, you can put your arm around Peter if you want there.
As a songwriter, he's a great songwriter. His harmonic ideas totally revolutionized the way that you looked at harmonies and chord changes. When you hear Imagination coming out of the car, it sounds like a 90s version of the Beach Boys. You know, it's still got that kind of positive thing, real heartfelt singing. I mean, more and more as time goes on, his voice gets to feel more emotional.
Another car running fast, another song on the beach. I take a trip to the past when summer's way out of reach. Another walk in the park when I need something to do. And when I feel all alone, sometimes I think about you. Take my hand, smile and say you don't understand. To look in your eyes.
The concert went better than I ever had expected it to go. I never would have expected a standing ovation like I got. I mean, it was the most emotional I felt in many years. I didn't cry, but I felt so emotional about it, you know.
He was quite surprised by the response that he got from the audience. He was surprised that when he walked out, people stood up and clapped. And I said to him later on, I said, well, what did you expect? And he says, I don't know. I don't know what I expected. Joe. Wow. As blown away by the concert as Brian was, I think I was like 3 times more blown away. I'd never had the opportunity to see him perform like that. He was amazing.
I spotted her out there and I said, there she is. And I kept looking back. She
How
never...
did you do that? I mean,
I don't know. It's just like magic. I found you there. I'd like to introduce to you my dog Paul and my dog Ringo.
I think for the first time in his life, he has emotional security. He feels like he has people in his corner, people that are rooting for him, that he cares about. And I think it's made all the difference in the world.
This is Daria Rose Wilson. Can you wave? Can you wave? And this is Molly. Molly. Today's Molly's birthday. This is Daria's little sister, Delaney Ray Wilson, who's squirming.
It's in an upswing now. Yeah, I love my family. My daughters are just beautiful. My wife is beautiful. It's my life, our whole life right there, wrapped up in 3 little people.
I have a real strong memory of listening to transistor radio and hearing Surfing USA standing in the middle of the street in front of my house when I was about 6 or 7. You know, I mean, I don't think I'd even seen the ocean at that point, but I kind of wanted to be a surfer.
Surfer Girl is probably my favorite song that I ever wrote. It started out like this. Da 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 in my car, right? Driving in my car. Da 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 da. And I drove home. Went right to the piano and said, "We could ride and surf together." It just, I put it all together all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
Brian invented California for all of us.
What I learned from Brian was I wanted to carve out my own section of the beach. It looked like a pretty good place to make a living. We had little tiny waves, and we would go running, you know, up and down the Gulf Coast. It's quite amusing with our Beach Boys music blasting away and our surfboards on top, longing to get to California.
If everybody had an ocean across the
The band started back in October of 1961 when my parents left the country. They left some, I think $100 for food money, and they went to Mexico for 3 days. And while they were there, we got together and we went to a music store and rented a bass, a guitar, and drums. And we brought it back to the house. We wrote a song the first day we were together, and when my dad got back, he goes, "What'd you spend the money on?" We go, "Instruments." He goes, "What'd you do that for?" And we played a song for him. He cheered up.
I'd get around. I was playing a gig with the Yardbirds, I think, or John Mayall maybe, and the DJ had got that. You know, there was a DJ playing records. Even then, believe it or not, we had DJs, and he played "I Get Around," and it was like, it's over. We were forming Cream when Pet Sounds came out, and actually that became the prime influence for a lot of the songwriting. We couldn't get it, but we would listen to that album non-stop.
Well, I was playing the guitar lead. I went. And Brian said, "Play it again. Play that again." And he had to hear everybody play, because I didn't know I was playing it wrong. I couldn't hear it. And he said, "Who is playing that?" So I said, when I played it. He said, "Let's all do it that way." So mistakes were used that were creative mistakes, I guess you would call them.
I heard Rubber Soul one night, and I was totally blown away. And I said to myself, that album sounds like it all goes together somehow, you know? And I said, I'm going to try that with the Beach Boys, and I'm going to top it. I said to myself, I'm going to top their album. You know, back then I was a real competitive young guy, you know. Then I made Pet Sounds. Then Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote and produced Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Well, you can really hear Brian's influence on the Sgt. Pepper record. Paul's bass playing is really melodic and real Brian-esque. The harmonies on Fixing a Hole or Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds are I mean, you could tell that there's a Brian influence there.
And the minute I heard that Pet Sounds, I knew all the famous songs from it because they were all played on the radio as singles, but I didn't know it as an album as such. And when I got it as an album, it was like, this is amazing, you know. It's not just that one song God only knows, or wouldn't it be nice? It's like all this other stuff as well.
I was a perfectionist like my dad. He taught me to be a perfectionist. I used Phil Spector's musicians to get my sound, and I was copying Phil Spector's sound.
I know that Brian was influenced by Phil Spector a huge amount. I feel as if he kind of took it beyond where Phil Spector got. I mean, Brian's records were much clearer and much bigger. You know, like the Pet Sounds stuff is just so much more. You can listen to it and hear every note in every place than you can with the Phil Spector Wall of Sound stuff, which I also love, but it's just a big, massive sound. You know, Brian's stuff, I just felt like he took it a little bit farther than Phil did.
I think some of the songs on this album, it sounds like no time has passed between the Beach Boys of the 60s and now. You know, I mean, it's classic Brian Wilson, classic Beach Boys songs, it sounds like to me. Which is totally cool, you know. That still captures that summer, you know, the sound of summer, really.
Cry came about when I told my wife I wanted a separation last summer, and she started crying, but she wouldn't stop crying. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You know, finally what happened was I went to the piano a few days later and I started playing some very sad chords because I was in a sad mood, and because I've seen her cry like that. And I said, I'm going to write a song about Melinda's crying. So that's how it came about.
The most personal Brian songs on the album, I think that would be it. He just came down one day and he had this whole song mapped out, and he just walked in and we just pushed up the faders and he sang it, and I think we cut the whole song in about 3 hours, and he must have sung 300 harmonies on it, and he nailed them all one after another.
Oh, Joe, are you playing?
Yes, sir.
Can I hear you without the band for a second? Now you're playing. Okay, here we go again, guys, from the top.
From the top.
It's getting there, but it's going to be a little bit better.
Okay.
You got it.
All right, guys, are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, here it comes, guys.
2, 1, 2, 3.
You really learn when you're working with someone like him that there's a reason why Brian is Brian. Why he's been so successful becomes obvious. I've known a lot of good songwriters and singers over the years, but there's something special with people like Brian. It's like a halo around him or something, and there's like this message that they're getting that nobody else tunes into. Some frequency that, you know, we're just not able to tune into that they hear.
You broke my heart, broke it in two. How could I have left you alone? But that you cried.
When Brian's feeling something deeply, those are the easiest songs for him to write. Cry was very easy for him to write because he was feeling it. This entire album was deeply felt for Brian.
What do you think, Brian?
Come on in and listen, guys.
Yeah, Brian.
Brian, he's consistent. He's just totally consistent. I guess the thing about Brian's spirituality that impresses me is that it's always been there. He's the one that's done all this, basically. He's had support, like I say, and he's had emotional security, but he's the one that's pulled himself out of the darkness back into the sunlight.
Yeah, I brought you some records. Look. I thought you might like this.
Let me
Do you know this? I've never really been particularly concerned with what the words were saying in Brian's songs, I think, because the music is saying it all anyway. I mean, "Don't talk, put your head on my shoulder" is a very beautiful lyric, but the music would say it if you took the words away anyway. I know that to be true because a friend of mine arranged the song for cello and piano, and it was just as beautiful and just as moving, and it had, in some way, it had more meaning without the words. I know that's no disrespect to the lyricist, but because it seemed to imply all these things that the words couldn't possibly say.
Yeah, I wrote it for Carl.
I may not always love you, but long as there are...
When I found out that Carl had cancer, I immediately went to the piano and started a song called Lay Down Burden. Joe and I finished it in Illinois. It's about letting go of something that you can't have or you lost. Oh, it was very emotional for me to write that song. It took a lot out of me to get it. All right, let's try it again a little smoother. Okay. Starting to sound pretty good though. Here we go.
I think the song that knocked me out the most was Lay Down Burden. And I asked Brian what it meant, and he said, well, you just lay down your burden. He said something about the weight of the world seems to be on your shoulders sometimes, and you just want it off. It was kind of a culmination of just a whole lifetime of feelings that were kind of put to rest in one song.
So many years spent running away. How many times I wished I could stay. Too much emotion a hole in my heart. Feeling alone since we've been apart. If I had the chance, I'd never let you go. Just want you to know. Down, lay me down, lay me down, lay down, burden down, lay me down, lay me down, lay down, burden. How many things I wanted to do, how many times spent thinking this through, so many nights spent here by the phone, wondering if you felt just as alone. While some things have all been crazy from the start, it's tearing me apart. Down, lay me down, lay me down, lay down, burden down, lay me down, lay me down, lay down, burden. Just remember the way I held you. You're always in my heart. Down, lay me down, lay me down, lay down, burden down, lay me down, lay me down, lay down, burden.
Completing the song Lay Down Burden helped me lay my own burden down. It helped me a lot. Get on with my life.
He has a way of touching you that's absolutely unbelievable.
You can really escape into it.
Imagination is fabulous.
Definitely something that's better than today's stuff.
I would call it the feel-good album of the summer of 1998.
My favorite car that I ever owned actually was a Corvette. The Beach Boys were sponsored by Chevrolet. They sponsored one of our tours, and they gave us free Corvettes. Mine was yellow with a black top. It had torque, and it just really had that torquey feeling, you know.
He's just youthful in every which way. And I think that's what makes him appealing to younger bands, is they can totally relate to him.
I guess if I'm talking to Brian Wilson, I'd say I have been so moved by your music, and as a singer and as a person in a vocal group, it's been one of the greatest influences for me. And as a recording artist, all those things have just been such huge influences and inspirations for me. And I thank you.
I find a lot of times when we're doing vocals, you finish, you go, oh, that's like the Beach Boys. That's cool.
We're keeping that.
Yeah.
Rodney on the Rock, 106.7 K-Rock.
This is religious radio right here, 106.7. It is a religion tonight with Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys here. How'd you like some of those songs we just played?
Wow, there's a pump up.
Yeah.
That just sent me right to the place. I could not believe it.
Isn't that amazing?
So proud.
The High Llamas, of course, made a great impression on me as far as being influenced by my music. Wonderful group.
And Ronnie Spector, who's your big influence, you know she recorded one of your songs.
What? Really?
Yeah. Creation
What
Records.
did she record?
She did Don't Worry Baby. Ronnie Spector.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Doing Brian Wilson.
Whoa!
Let's hear it. Here it is.
I don't know why, but I keep thinking something's bound to go wrong. But he looks down.
And that's Ronnie Spector singing my tune? Well, after 34 years of Be My Baby, then this, you know, it's kind of a different kind of experience for me.
I don't think Brian ever really takes credit for all of his accomplishments. He's so incredibly humble. It's hard for him to believe that he's, at times, that he is Brian Wilson, the mastermind of all these beautiful compositions. Sometimes I'd like to shake him and say, hey, come on, you know, just take the credit. You deserve it.
How do you do it? I really love the song Imagination.
I do it with a little help of my friends.
Oh, there you go.
With a little help of my collaborators, I do it.
That's what amazes me about him.
Sean.
We also did a interview with Sean Lennon, and the two of them hit it off like they'd been old pals for years, but it's because they related, because of the youthfulness of Brian.
That's the thing that I think is so great about this record, is it has a classic feel, but it doesn't sound like, it sounds very modern too, which is cool. I mean, I think it's really great. When you write lyrics, like, you'll just write what you feel. It seems like it comes out so naturally.
It comes down to my soul, but very slowly, you know?
Slowly.
Very
it does.
painfully.
Wow.
And very, very painfully for me.
I think that must be good for you to take kind of sad situations in your life and turn them into positive things.
It's what I would think of as therapy, yeah, I would.
So when you write songs, like, you're not writing them to make an album, you just probably write constantly, right?
I just keep writing and writing, and I take some of the songs I put on the shelf and other ones I use. And
that's cool. So you must have hundreds of songs.
No. About maybe 50.
50?
50 songs that I could do now, yeah.
Does it ever get annoying, like when you're trying to go to sleep, like, shut up?
Yeah, I have that all the time.
Really?
Please stop.
I was just wondering, I know you made an album called The Wilsons with your daughters.
Yeah, with my
right?
daughters.
How was that? Was that weird doing it, or?
At first it was
fun?
because, see, I wasn't a very good dad. I was always kind of distant from my kids, you know. I didn't get along with my kids very well. And then finally, after they've grown up, then I started working with them. Then I got to know them and fell in love with them.
Yeah. So it must have been really great for you to be able to collaborate with music with them.
Yeah.
I wish I had my dad around, you know, to kind of, I don't know, just to help me with music, maybe give me some advice or something.
Yeah.
It must be nice that you can, you know, that you can talk, that they're musicians and you can kind of give them some advice about stuff. I was actually surprised with Happy Days. This song is so, there's some real atonal.
It starts out real weird.
Yeah.
Like where I used to go through, you know. And then it just progresses into a more mellow thing.
Yeah, is it like, would you say that it's like a musical representation of your life, of how you went through like hard times?
It actually is. It's about how it was dark times for like a long time.
Yeah.
And then gradually I had the courage to step out and say, I'm cool, I can do this, I can do that, you know.
Happy days are here again. Sky's blue and clear again. Everybody I talk to says, man, you're looking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, you are looking good, man. It makes me really psyched.
With Happy Days, for instance, I mean, that's his story. I mean, he went through dark days, and he went through periods of where he really didn't feel like he was coping well with life. He got through them, and now he's seeing the twinkle in people's eyes again.
I think Brian is an inspiration to both, a new generation of musicians, as well as everyone. He's a worldwide icon.
The music that he writes always has the power to go right to my soul and just fill it with love and happiness. So thanks, Brian.
I know that he's completely capable at any time of turning out a great record, and I'm excited. I'm a fan.
Well, this album is definitely a continuation, musically, to me, from Pet Sounds, and there's something real comfortable about it, real evocative, you know. Just the fact that he came through the tunnel and out the other side and is still productive was wonderful. I think everybody really wants to see him do great. He's lucky, you know. It's a real success story just in life, you know.
Yo, Brian, congratulations.
Well, it's been building up inside of me for, I don't know how long. I don't know why, but I keep thinking something's bound to go wrong. But she looks in my eyes and makes me realize what she said. Don't worry, baby. Everything will turn out alright. Don't worry, baby. I guess I should have kept my mouth shut when I start to brag about my car. But I can't back down now because I pushed the other guys too far. She makes me come alive and makes me wanna drive when she said, don't worry, baby, everything will turn out alright. Don't worry, baby. She told me, baby, when you raise it, they just take along my love with you. And if you knew how much I love you, baby, nothing could go wrong with you. Oh, what she does to me when she makes love to me, and she said, don't worry, baby.